All right, we're back here on Toyota Uncertified Mechanics. All right, we're back with our 3.4 here. We're gonna start tearing it down. Let's see what happens with it. All right, we're getting there, tearing her down. Got all the wire harness off, almost. Douching the block, getting it ready for some maybe put some paint on it, some new gaskets.
All right, everybody, we need you to comment whether we should keep the motor silver or whether we should have it red. What do you think, Dad?
Oh, I don't know. I like the silver. The red's pretty nice too. We'll let everybody vote and figure it out for us.
All right.
Another part for the RocRod. Not sure which part we'll use. Donor vehicle number 2. This is our donor vehicle, but actually the second donor vehicle. We hope we don't need no more donor vehicles here. We should have enough parts between the Tacoma and this 4Runner to put a 3.4 into the RocRod. All right, motor 2 coming out of the donor. Second donor, that is.
I've never seen one of them things.
Oh, that was when I had it on that trailer. Came to the trailer, I didn't have it all the way hooked up. The thing caught the ground. Donor motor number 2, donor motor number 1. Bye-bye, donor vehicle. RocRod in here with the blown 3L. I am guessing we're gonna put a 3.4 in it. We got plenty of parts for that over here. We're gonna pull this out and put the 3.4 in. Raggy? What are you doing over here, Raggy? Well, Raggy says he don't want to explain nothing. He's gonna pull all this old air box out of here. Right here, this air box he's pulling out of here. You got this old coil off of there. Because our new air box and everything's gonna go on this side of the vehicle, we think. So I'm gonna work on getting the wiring out for the motor. So we're gonna pull the part down here and get to the computer. Now, we're getting a wire harness from RocRod Solutions to adapt this harness to the one in the 3.4. So I'm pulling this harness out now. RocRod Solutions is making our harness this week coming up.
All right, Dad, what do we have here?
Oh, we got a wiring harness from RocRod Solutions. This is going to adapt the RocRod to the 3.4. I don't know exactly how it all works, but we'll figure it out.
Oh boy.
All right, we got Brad here. Or Raggy.
Your alternator bolt was already loose.
And then he busted a bolt on here. Right there. Yeah. Lucky we're not using this motor. We'll change that motor because of that bolt he broke. That'll be okay. We're gonna be pulling the transmission transfer cases out. Probably do a rebuild on the transfer case, rewire the transmission for the 3/4 swap. Alright, well the Dana 300's pulled out. Next we'll pull out the Toyota crawl box that that hooks to. Alright, now we got the Dana 300 out, the Toyota crawl box out, a bunch of adapters to get everything to hook together. Now we'll be taking out the transmission next. So now we have the transmission out and the Toyota crawl case and the Dana 300. Well, we've all got the motor out. Now the cherry picker don't go high enough. We're just about to let the air out of the tires or something here. All right, we figured out we're just gonna let the air out of the tires. Get enough clearance to get the motor out. Airing the old tires down. All right, we got the 3/4 out of the RocRod. Now we need a big hole. Where we'll put the 3.4 at. Kept breaking the motor mount, so we welded a chain on and we bolted it to the frame.
Where's your other motor mount?
Here's our 2 broke motor mounts. They went up in there. Alright, here's our 3.0 that came out of the RocRod. Got it all out. Right here is a 3/4 we got with an automatic behind. We're going to use the wire harness off of that. That came out of that 4-runner we just got. Here's the transmission out of the RocRod. We got to go rewire the transmission on the inside to make it work. And here's the motor that's going into the RocRod. That ain't confusing enough. We're unwiring the transmission today. Take all this wiring off here. Next we'll be changing out the end housing on the transmission. Putting this part in there. That's for our dual T-case adapter setup. Alright, so here's the wiring inside the transmission we got to swap out. Pull them off these solenoids and we will install this plug so it'll all plug in with the 96 wire harness. Okay, we got the internal wiring installed with the new plug. So now we'll put the pan back on and continue forward. Okay, now we have to pull the tail shaft or tail housing off the transmission. Change the sensor in the back of the transmission. So we pull the one off of here. We got this sensor right here. And we'll add it to that transmission. This is the old 3.0 sensor out of the 3.0 transmission, which we have to convert to the newer 3.4 setup. Big step for the RocRod. It's the first part to go back together and ready to go in the last 3 weeks. So the transmission's has all the new plugs in it and all that we had to put in there for the wiring. We have the transfer case adapter piece inside there, and next we'll be putting the transfer case on. So here's how you hook your 96 4-runner transmission to 3D 460, which is actually so you use a trail gear plate for a Tacoma. Here's the part number on it. Use that plate. Use a collar. There's a sleeve inside of here. And you have to use 23 spline input shaft on your Toyota gear driven transfer case. That'll get you that far. Then we have an adapter on the back of our Toyota transfer case to go to the Dana 300. All right, well, the transmission and one of the transfer cases are ready to go back in RocRod. Tyler's doing a little work on his brakes over there. So next we'll be tearing the Dana 300 apart that bolts right here. This is the Dana 300. It doesn't shift very well, so I'm going to tear it apart and see if I can make it shift better. All right, back on my Dana 300. We're trying to make it shift better. And everybody's saying you can't independently control these from the front axle to the rear axle. So I want to be able to put my front axle in high and my rear axle in low. It looks to me like you could do this with this transfer case.